You gotta have knowledge for life. You gotta have knowledge for life.
That's right. All right. Now, let's bring it all the way to 1994, and let's go home. White folks have set up a world that's built on the principle of death. That's why your world, my dear people of the book, is called a world of death, because it's in direct disobedience to God. Yes, sir. The Bible says all in Adam died. Death has passed over all human beings because of the rebellion of Adam. A whole world came into existence based on rebellion. And that's why the Quran says he created everything to submit except the rebellious devil.
Come on, minister. That's right. Woo. Teach hard, teach hard.
You say, well, I ain't no devil. Are you in submission?
Hey, that's right. That's it, that's it.
Then that's exactly who you are.
Yes.
If you're in rebellion against God, you are an agent of the force against God.
Yes.
If you are in rebellion to God, you are an agent of death. And I'm going to prove it to you.
Go ahead.
Look at you. Look at you. Come on, let's look in the mirror now. You are beautiful people. I watched you from my hotel room as you were coming here. You were getting out of your cars. You look so beautiful. I said, man, they're so dressed up. They look so fine. I am honored, really honored by your presence, all of you, all of you. And I would dishonor myself and God if I didn't prick your conscience to make you see yourself first. Because you can't look at your brother. As Jesus said, you can't remove the mote out of his eye till you take the beam out of yours. But so it got to start with you. You. Look, brother, sister, do you know how long you are supposed to live?
Oh, hey, listen
Well,
up.
yes, I know.
Listen up.
I know. My Bible teaches me that we supposed to live 70.
Talk, Mr. Talk.
And how long is that?
Hey.
A score is 20 years. If you make it to 70, you're here, but you're in bad shape, most of you. Your hair fell out, your teeth gone, your health is bad.
Yes,
You just barely getting around. Look at you. Do you know how long you're supposed to live? You're supposed to live as long as you want to live. And you only die when you get ready. You say, but there's a time to die. No, there ain't. Not for the righteous.
that's right. For the righteous, that's right.
Oh, I don't believe that, Farrakhan. You're going contrary to the Bible. Let's open the book then.
Go ahead, brother.
How long did the old patriarchs live? Go read the Genesis before man started going crazy. The old patriarchs lived 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, nearly 1,000 years. You can't make it to 100. Some of you see now, right now, at 35. Now, I know you think the Bible is lying. I know it's lying because I seen people. Rose Kennedy is 104 as of yesterday. And she's a baby. But I heard a brother yesterday was telling me, he's a good brother. He said so-and-so's grandfather died and lived a good life, had a good life. He died, he was 90-some years old. And I said to my brother, I said, brother, no, he didn't live a good life. And if you think he lived a good time on the earth, ask him. Ask him how fast 90 years went. Now, I'm 61. Oh, yes. Yeah. Look. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. You can say it. But listen, I'm 61. And some of my friends, you know, went before me. And some are dying 63, 64, 65, massive heart attacks. And I said, man, my 60 years, they just went.
Just quick.
Ask any of our elders in this audience that been around a while, how fast did it go?
That's right.
Like that, it's gone. You can think back on your youth, just like this. I mean, in the flash, twinkling of an eye, you can run your life. That's how short it is.
That's right.
In a twinkling of an eye, you can go back and run your history. Bloop.
Talk, minister.
90 years went by just like that.
Preach, minister. Preach. You on it, minister.
And you know that's right. Because thought is so fast.
That's right. For him.
The speed of thought.
Come on.
24 billion miles per second, so the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us.
That's what it is.
You can make trips to the far planet Pluto and back. Boop, boop.
Teach out, minister.
The mind is something.
It is.
This is a powerhouse here. But when you mess it up with disobedience, you reverse the process of the brain. So the brain is not able to see or hear or vision like you could if you just turn your life around.
Yes, that's right.
Each one of you have had a life experience that makes you to know there's something more to life than what you live in. Some of you in this audience, listen, have laid down in your bed and seen things that you have never seen before, and then go there and say, wow, I've been here. How many have had that kind of experience? Would you raise your hand? Now look around. Wait, raise them up again, and everybody look around and see. All right. How many of you have had this experience? You've laid down in your bed, and you've heard a conversation, and then got involved in a talk and say, I know just where this is going. I heard this before, but you can't recall where you heard it, but you know you heard it. How many of you have had that experience? Isn't that something?
Teach, minister. Teach.
Now, what is that telling you about this? See, you really don't see with the eyes. You see physical objects with the eyes. And you hear words within the sound, like the air is carrying sound. So you hear it. But when you get to a certain frequency or beyond the carrying of sound on air, you don't hear nothing. But there is another power that makes you hear what you can't hear with the ear. And there's another power that allows you to see what you can't see with the physical eye. That's how you know God sees all and God hears all, but that does not divorce him from the human community. Man, you something. Y'all, now just follow me. Look, brothers, sisters, you are so powerful if you just knew and were trying to be yourself. Your powers would begin to come back to you. You are much more powerful than you manifest. You see, radio came from the brain.
Right.
Television came from the brain. But these are physical tools because your stuff is impaired. But when your stuff is together, you don't need television.
Don't need it.
You can see. God ain't looking at a TV set. Oh, I hooked up to CNN. I see what's going on in China. Thank Ted Turner for CNN. No, God sees, man. And you know, I'm telling you, I've had experiences where I have traveled outside of my body. Now, you can believe it or let it alone. I wouldn't lie to you at all. But I have traveled outside of my body and seen places that I've never been. Then I went there and saw it exactly as I saw it when I left my body and went there. See, what you got to understand, brothers and sisters, this body of flesh and blood is a vehicle that carries around something bigger than the body.
That's right. Minister. Oh, minister.
And the cleaner you keep the body, the more powerful that is in the body can manifest.
Yes, sir.
Y'all all right? When the enemy causes us to rebel against God, it causes a reversal of the process of thinking. Listen to me. See, thought is power. As a man thinketh, so is he. If men and women can think in harmony with God, then you flow with God. Since God is the ever-living, he puts you in the frame to live. Because your thoughts, your actions flowing from your thoughts are in harmony with him. This is why the scripture said the wages of sin or rebellion is death, and the death starts in the mind. You gotta stop killing the power of your mind. When a woman loves somebody, especially you sisters, listen to me. You are so sensitive. Your love can make you feel when danger is come upon somebody that you love.
Teach hard, minister.
You lay down in your bed at night and say, oh, something is going wrong with so-and-so.
Teach hard, minister.
Get up and get to the phone, and the very thing you heard, the very thing you saw, it has happened.
Talk, minister.
What is that power?
Preach it, minister.
It's the power of God in man. Man is God. God is man. He made man in his image. Listen. 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 Muslims don't agree with that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Preach, minister.
You got to come up to a higher knowledge.
Come on, minister. Come on.
If you read the Quran will teach you that God made man and he made him superior to angels.
Go ahead.
And he made angels bow down to the man that he made.
That's right, minister.
And he called that man Khalifa,
Teach, minister.
successor, who is man to succeed when there was nobody on the earth but Adam and God.
Teach, minister. Teach.
Man succeeds God by God's permission.
Teach, minister.
Man activates, does the will of God by God's permission. This is why the Quran says, and we did. And the Bible said, let us do it.
Come on, preach, minister. Preach.
You are gods. The Bible said, ye are all gods, children of the Most High God. But your power has been cut off because death is over life now. Rebellion is over submission now. So this rebellion that has been led by Satan has caused the whole world to go astray. I'm almost there. They have messed up the world. White folk, you built your world that you were better than every other creature that God made. That's an evil, white people, that you have to accept some responsibility for. Listen to me. When you set up a world based on the supremacy of your color and your race, that never happened before you did it. Never have man made his color a badge of honor. If dark people made their color a badge of honor, they would never have opened their arms to accept you, that they had never seen a white man before. You ain't no Native American. You came here looking for a place of refuge. And the Native American opened their arms and let you in as a white man. They didn't ask you about the color of your skin.
That's right. Go ahead, minister.
They learned about you from dealing with you.
That's right.
Not dealing with your color, dealing with what was traveling inside your color. If you can't take the truth, then to hell with it then. I don't come to pacify nobody. Your people were wrong to set up a world based on white supremacy. Even though you the ruler, God allowed you to rule. You didn't make yourself no ruler. God made you a ruler. Your nature is to rule. That's why you can't submit to nobody black. You use black people as window dressing. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. You make a black mayor, but you watch him close. Because he ain't running the affairs that black people made, he's running your affairs. So he's just a manager of a white concern. I'm the mayor of Charlotte. I'm the mayor of New York. I'm the mayor of Cleveland or Chicago. You just a mannequin. Dressed in the clothes of democracy. And you are supposed to stand in the window and sell a lifestyle of death to your unfortunate brothers to make them think that this world works. This world don't work. It works for a few to the detriment of the many. Poor O.J. Simpson. O.J., a talented brother. What was his talent? He could run a ball better than anybody that ever ran it before he ran it. Now that's brilliant, isn't it? Isn't that wonderful? I run a ball further, faster, scored more touchdowns, ran more yards than anybody else who ever run a ball. Ain't that nice? This is what you glorify. This is not what God glorifies. This is what the world that is contrary to God glorifies. The Holy Quran said that this world is a world of sport and play. You don't glorify the mother that worked night and day to put her babies through school scrubbing your nasty floors. You don't glorify the woman in the cotton field. You don't glorify the hard-working father that has to accept abuse on a job, to bring money home to take care of his children, to give them a college education, and dies young because he worked himself to death. These are not heroes. Grandma's the real hero. Grandpa's the real hero. Hard-working mama who raised her children without a father, that's a hero. But you'll never see her on the cover of a Wheaties box. never see her jumping high with Nike shoes. Because mama don't sell products. Hard-working daddy don't sell products. Doctors who invent cures for cancer and lupus and whatnot, you'll never see them on a soap, on a bar of soap or a box of Wheaties. You won't see an Einstein. These are your people. You don't glorify your own intellectuals, your own scholars. You glorify foolishness, and you make fools heroes. You made him a hero. He didn't make himself no damn hero in America. Ain't no nigger a hero in America. He's a trophy in America. Just like you hang the moose that you shot last year on your wall as a trophy. You hang the bear that you shot last year when hunting. You put them on your wall. So you put O.J. on your wall. You put Michael Jordan on your wall. You put Michael Jackson on your wall. These are heroes. But heroes because God gave them a gift, and the only way they can make it in this world is to use a gift that pleases a slave master that is bent on sport and pleasure. So if I knock my brother's brains out, I can be a hero. Because I can beat anybody down, and you can bet on me and make money gambling, which is against the law of God. That's right. You worship your liars, your cheats, your gamblers. Joseph Kennedy was a good man, I'm sure, to Rose and the children. But he was a bootlegger of illegal liquor. And he transferred the money from illegality to make his children go straight and become senators and presidents. But you don't talk about his corrupt beginnings. But a brother can't parlay no drugs. He's a drug addict forever. He can do time, and he's that forever. Milken and the other boy that swindled Americans out of billions of dollars. They can come out of jail after doing 5 years and get right on back in. Nobody say nothing. Richard Nixon could be damn near impeached. Quit. The only president in American history to leave the job in disgrace, but he could be rehabilitated. But my brothers and my sisters who run afoul of your corrupt laws, there's no rehabilitation for them. There's no redemption for them. Once a thief, always a thief. Once a criminal, always a criminal. But these that made you criminals are the #1 criminals that have set up a system of rebellion to the will of God. Now their system making you as black people growing up in America as a slave when God made every human being to be free. Everybody got an answer for slavery. Whether it's white folk, whether it's Jews, whether it's Arabs, whether it's us.
That's right.
God don't want no human being to be the slave of another. If you must be a slave to God.
That's right.
Because when you're a slave to God, you're free indeed. A nation of people brought into slavery. What crime did we commit?
Come on, let's teach
about that.
You brought us here and you robbed us of the knowledge of our own self. So we had no mirror to look in to see what we really look like. Because a man can only look at himself through the mirror of his history. And when you deprive me and close my book on my own history, then you close my eyes from ever seeing what I'm capable of becoming. You took the Bible and you made everything in the Bible white.
Teach it, minister. Teach it.
We could only carry Jesus' cross.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead, minister. Teach
But why didn't you tell the world that Jesus was a black man? Why is the Pope sitting up in Rome in his prayer chapel with a picture of a black Mary and a black baby Messiah? Why don't every black person's home have a black Mary and a black Jesus in their home like the Pope got in his private prayer chapel? It is because they never wanted you to find any way to love yourself. And to love is to live. And to live is to love. To hate is to die. And when you hate yourself, then you become the #1 killer of yourself. So when we say stop the killing, we can't stop the killing until we stop the self-hatred. And you can't stop the self-hatred until you teach people the knowledge of self that will make them love themselves not in an inordinate way, but to love themselves as a creature of the Creator. And then you can turn death into life.
Teach, minister.
And so here we are in 1994, a dying people in a dying nation, in a dying world. Our poor people in Rwanda,
Yes, sir.
dying by the thousands.
That's right, brother.
As I looked on my screen when I was in Africa,
Yes, sir.
and I saw our people just laying down, couldn't go another step, so hungry. They just laid down and died. You see them just piling bodies up, little babies dying. What have we done, God, that we're dying like this? I saw on the news the other night the people running from Haiti in a boat, and the man in the boat reached down and picked up out of the water a little black child. He was there with his hands folded like this, but he was dead. And when they saw he was dead, they dropped him back in the water because the dead can't keep company with the living. No matter how much you love your dead father and mother and grandmother and wife and husband and cousins and aunts and uncles and friends and lovers, when death comes, even though it's sad to part with them, you must put them away. You cannot go and hang out in a funeral parlor. No, people who are living don't hang out with the dead.
That's right.
Except you are a mortician, something like that.
Teach, man. Teach.
And even a mortician don't stay. He does his job, but he goes out to hang out with the living.
You gotta have